got the touch.
This is Stan Bush, and this epic video from Optibotimus truly has the touch.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? It's the one and only Optibotimus coming with another video review. And on today's episode, finally, we are going to be taking a look at the new Transformers War for Cybertron Galactic Odyssey collection of none other than the Paradron Medics. This set has been delayed time and time again, and I'm seeing a lot of people that are getting actual cancellation notices, which is really unfortunate because this set gives us an Earthrise Ratchet as well as a Lifeline. Now, while I don't care too much about Lifeline, but the paint job actually looks pretty good on her, the Earthrise Ratchet is the one that I think most people are going to be more interested in. And that's, again, very unfortunate that they're taking a main character like this and making him an exclusive. Same thing with the Earthrise Ironhide as well as Prowl. That's part of a set as well. That's also getting canceled a lot. But hopefully mine shows up. Right now it's in limbo. It was delayed. I had to approve the delay. And now the shipping thing says that it's pending. So we'll see. But for the package, you can see you got that kind of like Generation Select package there. You open it up and you got a really cool image here. I'll get into the story of the Paradron Medics here in just a second, but you got just a regular little clamshell thing here. What is this? I don't know what you are. Is this tell the story here? Oh, this tells a story of Paradron. So that's kind of interesting. Don't really know anything else about that, but it's a card sort of thing. Like I said, you got the instructions right here, and then on the inside here, I'm guessing that's like the logo for Paradron again, so like right there. But for the package, that is about it for them. So without further ado, let's get them out here and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have Ratchet and Lifeline open up out of their packaging and obviously in their vehicle modes. Now, the Paradron set seems to kind of be like an offshoot of Earthrise. Basically, the story is, while en route to Earth, the Autobots start to really run low on Energon. And along the path, they detect a huge Energon surge on the planet Paradron, which is the new home of a lot of Cybertronians who have left Cybertron because they're pacifists and they wanted to get away from the war. Ratchet is sent to the planet to try and get some of that Energon, where he does meet Lifeline, who through helping her kind of gets her on board with helping the Autobots on the Ark. Initially, they don't want to help because they don't want to help fuel that war that they escaped from. Now, I don't know how that's going to be incorporated in the overall story. With only a half a dozen episodes in the upcoming Earthrise series, I feel like this is kind of an offshoot, whereas we get the story outside of the actual cartoon. We might get it in the show, who knows? That would be kind of cool. Either way, hey, toys. Now, starting off first with Lifeline. Basically, she is just a repaint of RC. Everyone talks about how they like the look of this one better. To me, it still looks like a bar soap. I mean, it's really not that impressive either way. I mean, the vehicle mode wise, I mean, it looks all well and good. It's just, I'm not all that impressed with the figure. I mean, I got a lot of people that complained about my review of this because, yes, I did not really care much about it, and it's not that I rushed through the review or anything. I just didn't care to spend much time on it, so it is what it is. But as you can see, it is a greenish color repaint. I do like the more translucent. I mean, this is full on translucent in terms of the little spoiler, or I don't even know, little thing right here. Her gun is also absolutely translucent. There might be a slight tinge of blue in there, but definitely not the same kind of coloring that we see here. Both of them are decent. I don't know why you would have a clear gun, to be totally honest. But it is, like I said, the exact same figure. Nothing really changes with it, although, I mean, I didn't have the head reversed around. You can still see the underside is just a yoga pose. Oh, they did give clear wheels here to kind of go along with the clear gun. So that's also there. But we'll take a closer look. Robot mode, I do like the little bit more clear route. I mean, that does look nice. I mean, that is an improvement to me, although it's not much of an improvement. Now, Ratchet here is a retool of this guy. And a lot of people are all over the board with this. I am not going to go full tauntaun on this and bitch and complain because, oh my God, it's a clone of Ironhide. It's supposed to be a clone of Ironhide. He's always been a clone of Ironhide. The only thing different between Ironhide and Ratchet is the head, which is the case with this. So stop freaking out, dude. And while I'm on the subject of tauntaun, where's my fucking toys? We're going to drop the F-bomb in a review. Might as well actually be something important. But this is basically the Siege one and obviously the Earthrise. A lot of the side bits here have been done. You're going to see like a big difference because this entire section, and this is where a lot of people kind of complain, this entire top section here part forms. It becomes like a blast shield of sorts. I don't mind it really all that much. I mean, it is definitely panely. I feel like they really could have redone the feet. The feet are the exact same as the Earthrise one. I mean, that one, or is the Siege one, I should say. That didn't bother me really all that much because obviously this is a Cybertronian mode. This, I feel like they could have remolded the feet. I mean, you remolded so much else. Why didn't you remold the feet to make it kind of fit with the back of a van? From like the front and everything here, even the side, it all looks really good. Does have a really nice homage to that van that he was in G1. So I mean, it works, but you know, kind of is a little bit off. I also like the color on this a little bit more. I mean, this is obviously that Siege with a little bit more dirty bits kind of thrown on there, but I like the clean white on that. That looks nice. He does come with this gun. This is his weapon. That's another one that kind of bumps me out. I do wish that instead of giving him a gun, they could have, you know, reused like his tools. I mean he came with a gun and he came with this piece. So I get it. I mean, maybe you couldn't give him all these because you have this big giant section here. So this probably was repurposed to give us that, but you still gave us this. I feel like a better accessory would have been something like this for him. So that is definitely unfortunate, but you can't come around here, and this is just going to be part of the transformation, so I might as well kind of get into it. Just wiggle this piece up and off. It does tab in a lot, and basically this is, I mean, basically now you see that, oh, all this kind of detached here. You can see that basically what is happening here? Oh, I think I completely messed all that up. Oops, man, let's fix that. Pay no attention. Don't look behind the other curtain. Blah blah blah. So basically, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, if you take this and just kind of like fold this down a little bit more, leaving it up like that obviously is what creates that space for it. But you know, it's basically the same figure. I mean, you can see there is a lot of remolded stuff. Like this entire side panel here is remolded. This back section is the same. Tires are the same. This front section here, this bit right here has been remolded. Obviously, the front and the windshield have been remolded. These arms, these look like they've been remolded as well. That is all different. The shoulder sections are going to be different. So there's a lot of different parts on here. Obviously, there's some base pieces that are the same, but there you go. Now with this, you just take this, you tuck that in, they actually lock in, and put that there. And he's got a blast shield. You can also take this and put that up and use that as a weapon. I don't know why you really want to do that as a weapon other than like put that there and like shoot rockets or something like that. So you do have that. You can attach it in a couple different ways. You cannot, when you have this on here, open this up. This piece right here, I thought that maybe it would be cool if you could take these and leave these out. But the problem, though, is this whole post here slides. and it doesn't, you can't have these extended and keep it in the hole. You have to have that all the way forward to fit in that hole area right there. Let's see. So that's where that lines up. If you move it down, it no longer lines up where it needs to. So that's kind of unfortunate. I wish you could have left that out. That would have looked a little bit better. Although, again, why would you need like little rockets for it? Transformation is the exact same on this once you take this off. So I am going to go ahead and skip the transformation on both of these figures because they are the same. You don't really need to see it. Again, we've already seen it a couple times. So using that good old-fashioned Optibotimus movie magic, we're going to go from Ratchet and Lifeline looking like this to looking like this. And you know, honestly, I do kind of have to agree. When it comes to Lifeline, she is improved over RC. Bringing in RC for that. It's not that RC is a bad figure by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, there's aspects of it that I don't like. But really, one of the parts that does really help to make Lifeline stand out a little bit more would be the extra paint detail that she has in the head. Now, that's not to say that this isn't accurate, but like the completely white face really did put me off. With Lifeline here, you at least got a little bit of coloration. That does really nicely help to kind of make her head look a little bit better. Everything else that I didn't like about the figure is there. Not so much in robot mode. Robot mode I always thought was fairly decent. Now, I did complain about the backpack, and I did skip this. I do apologize. This little section right here, you actually push that in to get this entire piece to dislodge, although mine doesn't like doing it all that well. So you can do that, and it does make the backpack look a lot better. Now, we are going to be getting an Alita 1, which will be a repaint and slight remold of this figure, and you got pull that out as well. I mean, that makes it look a heck of a lot better. I don't know how I'm going to finagle this in the future or whatever, but it does make it look a lot better. I think that the Alita 1 figure I'm going to like as well, primarily in terms of just having that Alita 1 character. I really do like her in the show, and the fact that I have gotten to see Earthrise already. Stay tuned for my review for that later this month. She is still pretty badass. But, I mean, it is just a repaint, mostly with Lifeline and RC. Now, with Ratchet here, this is a considerable retool. A lot of parts on this have been retooled, with obviously the exception of some main ones. Bringing in the original guy, you can see that the shoulders are different. The forearms, those are all different. Now, the crotch piece here is the same. The thighs are the same. The legs are different. The feet are the same. Obviously, the chest is considerably different, and the head is even different. One thing I keep seeing a lot of people doing is just like kind of like leave this up there. This actually does tab into place. It's a little bit tricky to do, but you got little slots right here. You kind of have to just wiggle this in and kind of force it in there. That gets that to lay a lot more flat along the chest. But the overall look on this is really very nice. I remember when I first saw like promotional images and it had like his thighs and everything as being black. That really put me off. I didn't like that at all. But the fact that they've actually used white for this is really very nice. The other thing that I like, and I'll talk about this if and when I ever get that Ironhide figure, is this piece right here. I like the fact that this is painted white. It doesn't break everything up. Ironhides, though, it's all red, and then that little connecting bit is black. So it really stands out. And I honestly think that this looks better than that Ironhide figure. Now, you can take this, if you really wanted to, and you can plug this into his back section here in any way you want. It does kind of give him a little bit of a cape there, but for storage purposes, a lot of people are going to display him in his robot mode. So I think that his feet do kind of suck. The robot mode, I think that's going to look fine. You're not going to really notice it all that much. You still had that hole right there. So if you wanted to use that, you could. I do like the lighter blue than the darker blue here. It's not that one is better than the other. I kind of lean towards that one a little bit more. Instead of the black crest on his head, his is a little bit more gray, which looks good. I like the silver paint that he has on his face as opposed to just the white paint on that one. Unlike Tauntaun, who like to complain that he doesn't have the cross on here. You can't do that because, I mean, he might not know this. I don't know. But that cross is actually a copyrighted sort of thing for the Red Cross. So you can't really put that on there because it's a violation of copyright. So, Tauntaun, just stop, dude. Stop. You're complaining about a whole bunch of stuff that you have no idea what you're talking about. But honestly, like I said, neither figure are bad, in my opinion. I think that they did a really good job with this guy, and I am really happy with it. The thing that sucks, like, this guy was a Walgreens exclusive. This one is exclusive. That him as well as that Ironhide set have been getting canceled a lot, and I don't necessarily know why. There is rumor and speculation there was a giant cargo ship that apparently sank, and a large majority of what was on that ship actually was Hasbro products. So I don't know if it has something to do with this. I mean, that's all kind of, I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but it's all speculation. We haven't got any kind of like real official word on what Hasbro lost in that shipment. I would imagine if that was the case, then we will be getting these at some point in time, but it's probably going to be considerably delayed. Either way, this is a good set. Like I did mention in the beginning part of the video, we don't know how the whole story of this is going to take place. Although I can kind of spoil some stuff and tell you that Paradron is not included in the Earthrise cartoon whatsoever. So I can confirm that doesn't happen. And that is not a violation of my agreement with Netflix or anything of that nature. They gave me a list of things that I can and cannot say, and they didn't say anything about that. So I'm perfectly safe mentioning it. But I think it's just like an ancillary story that allows you to kind of branch off from there. Maybe comics or something. I don't know. Either way, though, this is a set that I would recommend picking up if you can get it. Obviously, Ratchet is an iconic and essential character to the Transformers fandom. I despise the fact that it is an exclusive in any capacity. But in this world that we live in, where things like Toys R Us and all that kind of stuff are gone, they kind of have to put these in different areas. I can't imagine why they wouldn't have just released Ratchet as a regular brick and mortar store release. I mean, there are things that we have to accept in this world where the collecting sort of market is limited because of the lack of a Toys R Us or a store like that. But it's a good figure. Lifeline is a nice repaint. I don't really think is all that essential to a collection, but she's still a nice repaint nonetheless. So, all that being said, if this is a set that you want to pick up, as I mentioned, it is a Amazon exclusive. So I'll put a link down in the video description where you can go to Amazon and maybe sign up for notifications and things of that nature, and hopefully it comes in at some point in time and you're able to pick it up. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Before I go, I want to ask you for a huge favor. It's really simple and takes literally a half a second to do, and that's just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really very much appreciate it. Also, I gotta send a huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members who, through their continued support, now more than ever help to make reviews like this possible. And if you'd like information on how you can help support my channel by becoming a patron like these guys have, feel free to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Optibotimus. Or if you want to keep all of your perks and rewards right here on YouTube like these guys have done, consider becoming a member of Optibotimus Plus. For that, all you have to do is click on that little join button right down there. And finally, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.
You've been put to the test, but it's never enough. You got the touch. You got the power.